Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Chelsea preview. United travelling to Stamford Bridge this weekend. Joining me is the man himself, up the RH, Ryan Hopper, coach to the stars, East Manchester's finest. He's here. How's it going?
What can I say, Jay?
Are you looking forward? And we've been practicing this one, bro, to the Ralph Rangnick. Rangnick.
Up the Rangnick.
Is it Rangnick? Yeah, Rangnick.
I don't even know, Jay.
It's Rangnick, innit?
Rangnick. So I've just Rangnick now.
Rangnick, there you go. Rangnick.
Up the Rangnick.
Up the Rangnick.
Up the RH. Up the Paddock. Let's go, Jay.
Hey,
up the Jay.
Hey, East and South Manchester getting the Rangnick right. We hope so anyway. Are you looking forward to Ralph's revolution?
You know what, mate? I am. I think, Ollie's approach was the nicey. I think with him, he's going to come in and ruffle a few feathers. I think his man management is meant to be tip-top, but I think he's going to be organised. He's going to have a philosophy, and I think that's what we need to steady the boat. I don't know whether it's going to be long-term or whether it's just going to be till Poch becomes the man, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. But listen, he's got to come in, and it's exciting for the fans. It's exciting for us.
Yeah, we're fans, and we're so excited. It's a bit unknown for me. I mean, I know you know a lot more about him than I do because you're obviously in that sort of field and you study the coaches and stuff. And when his name was first mooted, I was a little bit surprised.
Who, Rangnick?
Yeah, Rangnick. Yeah. When Rangnick was first mentioned, I didn't really know a lot about him, and being honest, didn't know anything about him. So I've had a look, like I suppose everyone has. Yeah. And it makes sense. And I don't say that very often with Manchester United's footballing decisions, but this one makes sense. Experience, like you say, a clear idea of what he wants. Yeah. Should hopefully have the respect of everyone there. Yeah, definitely. And also, I like the fact we're keeping him on as a consultant.
Yeah, I think it's a long term.
What we're doing the decisions.
Definitely, hopefully. I think it's a football decision, footballing man. I think long term. I think that'll be great for the football club, and it's exciting now. Hopefully, with Ollie. Credit to Ollie, he steadied the ship, he's brought us on. I think it was the right time for us to make that decision. He's still a legend, the fans are still singing his name. So thanks, Ollie, and the new journey begins. The new journey does begin, and it begins, well, it doesn't quite begin this Sunday, does it? Because we don't think he's going to be in the dugout for the Chelsea game. He's going to be probably, at the time recording this anyway, it looks like he'll take over on the Monday. But with that being said, you've got a game against high-flying Chelsea. If you're a Manchester United player, do you have a point to prove here for this new manager? You can see there the results for Manchester United haven't been great. A bit of a mixed bag. And, some of the results there are from the Europa. No, we're not in that anymore. The Champions League. But do you think some of these players might have a little bit of a point to prove to the new manager who is coming in to say, look, this is what I'm capable of if you're considering me? Yeah, I think it's natural, Jay, when obviously a new manager comes in, you've got to set your stall out, you've got to impress, and at the end of the day, you've got to get in his mindset and you've got to get in his team. So, like you say, the lads have got a point to prove. I'm sure Carrick, I'm sure the coaching staff have got a point to prove, because they've been under a little bit of pressure. They sort of say, if Ollie's going, should the coaching staff go?
It's a great point now. It's not just the players, is it?
No, so was they part of the problem, or so them lads have got a point to prove as well, and I'm sure it'll be a positive effect for the players and the staff as well, because in football, when a new manager comes in, you want to be the first on the team sheet for him. Definitely great question.
Do you think it will be a clean slate, or do you think he is going to come in and go, I don't know about him already, or do you think he'll have a sort of an idea in his mind? Because we've heard reports that he's already been watching training videos. Obviously, he's going to know about Manchester United Football Club. He's not going to not have heard of us or what we're about. And, I'm guessing he'll have watched things like the Europa League final and other games. Yeah. So do you think it could be a proper clean slate, or do you think he'll have already thinking like, the likes of, I don't know, Bruno or whoever is going to fit into what I want to do?
I think, obviously, again, when a new manager comes in, I'm sure he has his opinions about players from an outsider's point of view. I've seen an interview, was it about Shaw? He had an opinion about Shaw.
Yeah, I think that was from 2020, where he wasn't too complimentary about Luke Shaw. But
again, he's kicked on. Yeah, Luke Shaw's kicked on, and I think he's got to come in with the clean slate attitude, because he's got to judge it on what he sees. And I think that's important. But I'm sure, like anything, like any football or in life, I'm sure he has his opinion before he goes in. That may stick or that may change. So it's up to the lads again to come in and if he has got a negative opinion, they've got to turn it into a positive.
Certainly, they have to work hard and show them what they're about and show everyone what Manchester United Football Club is about. And one thing United should be about next season is Champions League football. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this already in November, but top 4 isn't certain this season. I thought it would be when we signed Ronaldo off the back of Varane and Sancho, but it isn't. And we need to start getting results, don't we? And I know you might not look at Chelsea and go, that's an obvious place to start, but you know, the Watford game wasn't great. Obviously, we've lost to City, we've lost to Liverpool recently. We need to end this losing run. If we are going to sort of keep in the hunt for that top 4, how much more 100%. Does that add to this game? I know it's against a tough team, but you need results.
It's difficult, but when you're Man United, you've got to be thinking you can go into any game and beating Chelsea. I know Chelsea were up there and one of the best teams in the league, and if not, you know, the world. And I think it's important that United get back to that mentality where it's Manchester United. It's not, we might go to Chelsea here, we might not get a result, or we might go to City, might not get a result. At the end of the day, we're Man United. We can go anywhere, home, away, around the world, and we can get a result. And I think that mindset has sort of slipped away from certainly from the fans' point of view as well as the club overall in general. But I think as quick as we can get that back, at the end of the day, we're the biggest football club in the world, and let's start treating ourselves like that.
Well said. Start treating ourselves like that. It's easy to forget how big United are because we've had a bit of a shambles recently, but it doesn't take, you know, the performances on the pitch doesn't take about the size of this club and the expectations of this club.
Massive.
But top 4 should be a minimum. We were talking 100%. About title challenges 2 months ago.
You hit the nail on the head there, Jay, regarding obviously Ronaldo coming in for Varane and Sancho. Yeah, you know, it's not quite worked out at the moment, but these players don't go bad overnight. You know, these players have still got genuine quality, and Ronaldo's proved it. You know, Varane's proved it when he's played. Obviously, Sancho, he's going to kickstart now. Great goal midweek, and now he's going to kickstart now for him, and it's the start of his journey now with us. I think the squad in depth and stuff like that is good, and I think minimum top 4, Jay, like all day. But again, it's all right us saying it. It's all right us having a great team on paper, but if the lads don't cross that white line and do it, there's no point.
Exactly, there is no point. But hopefully we can get all 3 points at Stamford Bridge. Hey,
go on the boys.
Did you like that one?
Love that.
So with all that being said and all that in mind, who have you predicted, this is your predicted team, to start against Chelsea? Talk us through it, brother.
I've gone De Gea. I think he's coming under a little bit of obviously stick, but he's come through that now. He's playing well. I think he's producing good performances. I've gone for Wan-Bissaka. And again, I know he gets a lot of stick for his going forward and his end products and stuff like that, but I think at the moment, I don't think no one's going to come in and really try and test him. I know Dalot, my mate Dalot.
Your boy there.
Hey. I think at the moment, he's not doing enough. He's not getting opportunities. I hope that changes. I hope he gets in there. I've gone for Lindelof. And Bailly, obviously, Maguire's suspended.
Varane's out, so that's your centre-back partnership gone. Your
Completely.
First choice, probably.
Nice one, Maguire. Again, obviously, like you just said there, Maguire and Varane would be the starting one, but Lindelof and Bailly. I've gone for Telles, due to obviously Shaw being doubtful.
We were talking about this off camera, weren't we? You said you sort of, there is a caveat there. You think if Shaw, again, at the time recording, we don't know, but if he passes his fitness test, then
I think he'll play.
You expect him to play, but as it stands, it looks like he's doubtful, so you've gone with Alex Telles.
Yeah, definitely.
Makes sense.
Due to that, if Shaw's fit, he plays. I've gone for my boy Fred. Again, you know, I think Fred's got the legs in there. I've gone for Fred because I think he's a little bit more energy than Scott. I think he's got a little bit more, obviously. Donny, in form at the moment. The United fans have been crying out for him alongside. I've got him in that deep position just to get on the ball and dictate. I loved it in the Watford game when he come on and he's sliding passes, you know, through to Ronnie. And
the Watford 45 minutes was fantastic.
Brilliant.
And that's kind of what I was looking for me personally. I know you've raved about Donny and a few other people have, but I've always I've been honest about it and said, I've seen some decent performances from him for a United shirt. I haven't seen anything where I've gone, wow.
Yeah,
I did against Watford where I went, that's what everyone's raving about. That's a kid that should be started. Because I've always felt with Donny that he's a good player, but I've always felt there's been an element of the others are so bad, that's why he should get his chance, rather than he's shining, and he's shone against Watford.
Yeah, and I think I've put him in there because one, he deserves it off the Watford game, and for two, obviously, it's not a great situation for him, obviously, with him not playing, but he's got the fans behind him. You know, he's seen him when he's coming on. The fans really want him to succeed. You know,
we were singing his name. Everyone in the Stretford end was singing his name against City. and I don't even remember, he came on, and the first thing he did, he nearly
Give the
set
ball
up Phil
away.
Foden for a goal.
I've seen it. But no, I've put him in there on merit. And again, I've just put Fred alongside him, not due to his footballing, nothing to do with his footballing abilities, just for energy. I've gone for Rashford on the right, and I've gone for Sancho on the left. The reason why I've done that is, again, touching on Sancho, I think obviously with a bit of confidence now, I want him getting at his man and cutting inside and letting shots off and stuff like that. I think obviously Rashford will interchange with Ronaldo, probably Bruno. He might come into that point. I put Bruno in that point, sorry. And then Rashford on the right. I think they'll interchange them three anyway and have that sort of free role. And I've gone for the big man, Ronnie up top.
1 goal off 800 career goals.
I think he'll.
That's stupid, that, isn't it?
I think he's scary. He's a scary man. He's a good man. He's a good man to look at for the women, but he's a scary man in terms of his football, what he's achieved in his career. And listen, he's not done. He's not done, and he's proved, with his goal.
What do you make of that? Up at the sort of argument that it's a mistake or that you shouldn't have got him and all this stuff.
I totally disagree. If Cristiano Ronaldo is available, you get him.
Of course,
it's as simple as that. And all this, pundits have come out and said, obviously, he's the part of the problem. How is he part of the problem?
Just because he's the one player who's during this terrible time has still managed to score goals.
Listen, with him playing up there,
knockout stages.
The one thing that I will say about him is obviously in the games, I think fans want him to. With Cavani, when Cavani's in the team, he's pressing, he's hounding. But you're never going to get that from Ronaldo. But what you are going to get from Ronaldo is constant quality in goals, and I think he has proved that already. And he's not done. As I say, that's my team, bud.
No. And also, I just want to add something because people probably watching this. If you've not watched before when we've had Ryan on, you're probably going, well, they're on about his mate and your boy. Ryan Upper does coaching, RH Elite Coaching. Go and check him out. There's a link in the description. And he's coached the likes of Diogo Dalot, the likes of Fred, the likes of Bruno Fernandes as well. Yeah. So we're not just bigging him up for no reason. You know, he's put his money where his mouth is.
I'll pay you later, mate.
No, you do. You coach these guys up the RH, and everyone can check that out as well. So
thanks for that, bud.
He's not just pretending that he knows these people. He does a bit of extracurricular coaching with him. Just go to my team quickly because there's not a whole lot of changes there, and I don't want to just reiterate what you've said or repeat what you've said. I love the fact we've got Eric Bailly looking off into the future there, the distance. But I've gone with Shaw again, though. Like yourself, if Tellers if Shaw's not fit, Tellers comes in. The only difference there between mine and your team, other than the Luke Shaw Tellers one, is I've got Marcus Rashford on the left. You've got Jadon Sancho on the right. Now, I think no matter what happens with the start of those two, if those two play on those sides, or whichever side, they will change. They will swap over. They do
definitely.
that, don't they? We've seen it when they played together so far this season. I know it's not been loads of games, but when they have, they've swapped round, and it must be a nightmare for defenders. But I just feel, for me, Marcus Rashford, if you're going to put him anywhere, for me, on the Rashford front, I'm just solely sort of on the picking on him. I like him on that left-hand side. And I think, I'm going to say Ollie does too. I think Carrick will as well, if he's going to continue what Ollie does, or he might just be a bit different. But it makes sense either way. And you've mentioned there everything you need to talk about. The likes of Donny van der Beek and Bruno speaks for itself as well, especially with Paul Pogba out.
I think we're just talking about the centre-halves there as well, Jay. Maguire and Varane's would say our strongest is. But you're talking about Bailly coming in, and he's so inconsistent. But on his day, he's fantastic.
When you were talking earlier about putting yourself in the not the shot window, but in the manager's eye.
He's certainly someone that can do that. 100%.
Because if you've not spent any money on Harry Maguire, you come in, and if Eric Bailly performs like he did for that sort of 5 or 6 game spell last season before he got injured, then there's any chance that Ralph Rangnick could go. He is so inconsistent. It's just injuries as well. Because when he has a good run, he has usually 5 or 6 games. And
definitely.
Then he...
Lindelof's one of them, because we're talking about, Maguire and Varane. It's the new man, Rangnick. He might come in and go, listen, well, he suits my style a little bit more. He likes to play a little bit more. He's, I can't see that happening, but, it's like anything. You've got point to prove.
With Lindelof, he's not been the issue this season.
No.
And I know that's damning with
people say I look like him.
You look like Victor Lindelof.
That's what everyone says on here. When last time I was on here in the chat, it was like, why is Victor Lindelof in here? Nothing like him. Look like Steve Sidwell. You know what I mean? Take me hat off. It's Steve Sidwell. I know, it's madness. I was on a watch along and he was
what are you watching this lot from? You like, have you got your 30 screens? Are you watching this through someone's window?
Victor Lindelof.
Looks more like Victor.
Steve Sidwell or something with me hat off.
Looks about as much like Victor Lindelof. It looks like Victor Moses.
Mad.
let's move on before I get us all cancelled.
I love it.
Right, let's move on to Chelsea. I mean, they're on fire, basically, aren't they? They're just flying. I know they had the draw against Burnley, which wasn't great, but they've just battered Juve in the Champions League. They're scoring goals from all over the gaff. They're defending resolutely. They're not conceding goals. I mean, it's pretty much everything you want from a team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pick a name out of a hat. We could talk about any of their players. I picked Callum Hudson-Odoi, just purely on the fact that he's been playing quite a bit recently for them. He's not been putting up amazing numbers, but he scored in the Champions League. Yeah. And the reason I sort of singled him out, he wasn't always getting a game earlier in the season. He has been playing a lot more recently under Tuchel, but Tuchel's been getting a tune out of so many players. It's just difficult to pick on any, innit?
Yeah. No, what I like about Hudson-Odoi is, obviously, again, I've read about him when Tuchel first come in. He wanted him to play a sort of a wing back role, and he was like,
you remember when he brought him on, didn't he? Was it against Southampton? Brought him on and took him off.
He was like, why?
Because he wasn't doing what he wanted him to.
Yeah, I'm not really a wing back. But then, obviously, the more he plays there, and the more Tuchel starts to work with him, he's actually come out and said, "Listen, I've been playing my best football because I've been getting up and down, I've been producing." So, I like him. I like him as a manager. I think he gets the best out of the lads. Again, he's got a system, and he's proven, And again, obviously, we talk about Pochettino as well, saying, how can you not get the best from PSG? He didn't really succeed Champions League wise over there. He didn't really fulfill everything over there, but he's come into England. He's put his philosophy on Chelsea, and Champions League.
Can I just ask you this, Hopper? Are you surprised at all that the success of Tuchel's had? Because everyone sort of acts like it was a given. He was going to do these things. I don't think it was, because I thought he was a good manager, but he got sacked from PSG.
Yeah.
And for a reason, it wasn't quite the success at the time.
I think it's a very difficult job.
No, it is. You're right. Yeah. I mean, you're managing the egos. You've got certain players that almost look like they've got it in the contract they have to play. Yeah. Certain times they might not be as motivated as they should be for some of the lesser games, but he's gone to Chelsea and he has absolutely, other than the FA Cup final, he's absolutely smashed it.
It's just about having the philosophy, having the way that you play, and again, it's not about superstars. It's not about egos. If, like you said there, he's put someone on, took him off, not doing his job properly. Guardiola's the same, for City. There's a famous story about Henry when he was at Barcelona. First 20 minutes he scored, but because he wasn't getting his chalk on his boots, he took him off. And he's like, what's going on here?
Sometimes you need a bit of that, don't you?
But that's the way he wants to play, and he's got them all singing off the same hymn sheet,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Great manager.
Yeah, hard to disagree with that. So with all that in mind, what is your score prediction? What do you think the score's going to be? And don't forget, this is Oppa's prediction, so don't have a go at him if it's...
Listen, I'm going to be brutally honest. I think we'll do extremely well to get a result. Yeah. And that's me being honest. You can give me a load of crap.
I reckon we're where we are for a reason.
I reckon I'll go for 2-1 Chelsea. Yeah. I'm hoping that's not the score. I'm hoping that we'll go there and get a result, but I'm being realistic, and I think we'll struggle. 2-1 to them.
I think this is one of the rare times we've done a preview where neither of us or no one on the preview is going to go for a United win. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic and think we can get a draw, but I think that's me out rather than I'll go 1-1.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I'm hoping that, like I just said to you, there we go there and we put on a performance and get a win. But they're such a machine at the moment. Yeah.
If it's 1-0, we'll have done well to get a goal.
Yeah, a point's a good result.
I know that sounds negative, but they're not conceding. Like I said, I know Burnley got a draw of him, but that was a bit of an outlier.
And I sound like I'm being a bit of a hypocrite there because of my comments when saying we're Man United, we'll go anywhere and we'll get the result. But at the moment, with this 10-year or whatever, at the moment, Carrick's just come in and hopefully, he works his magic, but I can't see us getting a win.
To be fair to you, if you look at our recent results in the league, it's understandable why you're not overly confident.
And you've got to be realistic. You've got to,
You can't be deluded. But who knows? Stranger things happening, like Upper says. We are Man United, up the Reds, up the RH. Go and check out RH Elite Coaching. Loads of great stuff on there.
Brilliant.
We always love having you on the channel.
Thank you, mate.
Pleasure. Insightful stuff. Don't forget as well to subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. With your help, we can do it. Flying. We will be here for the watch along with myself and the two Joes. I think it's Joe McGrath and Joe Smith, and we'll also have Andy Tate as well. So make sure you're watching that. That's been RH. I've been Jay Motti. This has been the Chelsea preview. Up the RH. Ralph Rangnick's Barmy Army. Thanks for watching.
Hey, go on the boys.